Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to another episode here on Craftin' on Ilum. Today, we're going to be reacting to the first episode of Andor Season 2. I have been looking forward to this for a really long time now. I will admit, I was not the biggest fan of Andor Season 1 when it first came out. It took me a second rewatch into it because the first three episodes were very slow. It is a slow burn drama. But after the first three episodes is when things really pick up and the payoff is well worth it. And that's just my opinion. If Andor is not your thing, that's completely okay. But I thoroughly enjoy it. I love the complexity of the show. I love that it's a political thriller. I love seeing the inner workings of the individuals working for the Empire. And I think there's a lot of really great messages that resonate, especially nowadays with capitalist destruction of natural resources and apathy only helping oppressors and the little bits of hope that inspire other people to stand up for what is right. So I'm excited to see what Andor season 2 has in store for us. All the world building and the cinematography looked stunning in all of the trailers. And I know this is so weird, but I am here for the weird, like, dynamic, weird relationship with Deidre and Cyril. I know it's not everyone's thing. I know it's cringy to a lot of people, but I find it hilarious. And in the panel at Star Wars Celebration Japan this past weekend, which just happened, which is crazy, I loved hearing the lady who plays Deidre and the guy who plays Cyril, and I loved hearing them describe the weirdness that's going to continue with their relationship and all the weird, like, long eye contact. So I am looking forward to that, especially Bix's journey after all the trauma that she's endured. I'm excited to see how she deals with that and if she loses her way in some parts and, how she grows from the experiences or the trauma that she had, how she processes that. And of course, Andor Cassian's story leading all up to Rogue One. Excited to see how the time jump happens between every 3 episodes leading up to Rogue One. Rogue One will not be the same after Andor Season 2, which I'm really excited to experience watching Rogue One after the last episode of Andor Season 2. So, without further ado, it is a couple minutes past 9 o'clock. We're gonna go ahead and get started with first episode of Andor Season 2. Let's go. That was cool. That was a really cool opening. That's also really cool to write right there. That's a new planet. Cinar? Cianar?
Does it look?
It's good. It's prep for a test flight in the morning.
Are we safe here?
You're a new test pilot. You've just arrived. You're excited. You wanted to look around before you went to bed. We started flirting.
I like that.
Sorry. I was told not to look at you. I didn't see
It's
anything.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay.
Oh.
Now everything changes.
You're very brave.
Have you been part of this for very long? I shouldn't ask. I'm sorry.
You're risking everything. You can ask what you want.
He understands.
You made this decision long ago. The Empire cannot win. You'll never feel right unless you're doing what you can to stop them. You've become more than your fear.
There's the intensity in the music. The general Andor theme there. No mercy. Me, literally me, with anything. This is so cool. It must have been so cool to be on set doing all this. What a train wreck! I love that two of them were shooting at first. They're like, what is going on? Wow. Incinerated! The worst exit ever. That thing can move. How is he still flying after all of that? Wow. What is happening?
Bix, wake up! Wake up! No! Hey, shh! Bix, listen. Shh. You're fine.
Oh, that was the doctor.
What happened?
She had another dream.
Talk about this in the morning.
Chandrilla with Mon Mothma. Interesting. Have we ever been to Chandrilla? Oh. Wow. That is really pretty, though.
New shit.
He's your friend, darling. You and us can sort it out. Have you seen who's here?
The set is really stunning. Everything so far. Why is he there? Get out of there.
You found me.
What are you doing here?
I'm afraid that's a secret. Cassian,
The team at Silar confirmed he got away clean.
we should have heard from him by now.
I can't transmit from here, Lucen. I told you when we landed.
Mean Rao. So it wasn't Dantooine and it wasn't Lothal. I love that we've already got into 3 different planets within, I don't know, 20 minutes?
Thirsty?
What?
What is it?
It's imperial.
Porco! You can stop right there.
Not an imperial pilot!
Toss the blaster and get on the ground.
No notes. No
Krennic?
record.
Oh my goodness.
None of you were here. Colonel Yularen, Governor Tarkin, all senior commanders
Name drops.
will be notified by the Emperor at the time of his choosing.
Chances
Gorman
are,
Valley.
you've heard that sound before. You've been to the
Interesting.
Great Valleys of Gorman. Meet the Gorman spider. The experts have a fancier word.
No.
Don't they always? They call them Gorlectopods, the planetary white effort, with each of Gorman's 9 provinces pulling together to provide a single processing and delivery system.
Gorman is of great interest to the Empire.
So wild. It's so wild. It was mentioned once in Rebels, and it's like a whole arc, a whole plot. From Mask of Fear to now.
We're here to meet a friend. Shot at us. Tried to make a run for it. Big mistake.
I doubt anyone here is unaware of the difficulties we've had making the Emperor's dream of energy independence a reality. Access to stable, unlimited power will transform the galactic economy and solidify imperial authority. And it turns out there's a mineral underground.
Deep substrate foliated calcite.
Calcite. We will have to control Gorman with a hand firm enough to silence any resistance. And you've been selected to help plan for that possibility.
So how did you get here? Listen, there is no manual, okay?
What do you think? Can you fly it?
I don't know. It's all new.
The calcite extraction, I'm assuming it's an invasive process.
It would present stark challenges to the local population.
Meaning what?
The extent of our withdrawal may render the planet unstable.
Oh.
It's gouge mining. There
Hmm.
would be stress on the planet's core.
Relocation would be ideal, but we need to plan for alternatives, all of which will require preparation.
Gorman is neither obscure nor without political power. They will not go quietly.
Which is exactly why you're here.
He's got to teach her. Why would he do that? If he doesn't, we'll kill him.
That's your plan?
So what is it? They really trust you? Or they just think you're stupid?
You know, I don't need an excuse to hit you.
He's always instigating stuff.
Today's no food. Makes everyone cranky, right?
How do you know how long we've been here?
Hmm.
You were not here 3 days ago when I left.
You're the Maya Pay Brigade.
How do you know Maya?
She was a customer. We've been supplying you along the way.
The suppression of Gorman is not a decision to be taken lightly.
Sure.
This is not our first meeting on the subject.
Some of what you're thinking about Gorman's exists because we put it there. Last year, when the shipping lanes had to be shut down, how hard would it have been to simply allow the imperial inspections that most other planets welcome?
It didn't seem as if the Gore were doing what they always do, putting themselves first. Did a dedicated Imperial Naval Inspector really have to die to protect Gorman pride?
We did that. We made the story, we shaped it, we blew it up.
Why not have a plague? Or stage some natural disaster? How to motivate them to leave the place of
They're
their own
just
accord?
casually
We've
eating
actually
as they
gained
talk
that
about
out.
the entire
But some
destruction of a
people can't
population and planet.
You're awfully quiet, aren't you?
It's a lot to take in.
Oh. I heard you learn quickly.
Propaganda will only get you so far. You need a radical insurgency you can count on. You need Gorman rebels you can depend on to do the wrong thing.
He's so good as Krennic.
An Imperial supply census, it's an audit, a spot check.
If they're checking visas, we have a problem.
He knows that.
It's gonna be fine.
We'll know more tomorrow.
Oh, they got Marva up there. Some good music back in the background.
He came last week.
It's a bop.
What are you doing here? Skeldon's a client. We bought a gift for the betrothed.
Is everything all right?
I've had some business go sour. Things have gone to a head. I was hoping we could discuss the foundation.
Oh, Mon. There you are. They've had their first fight.
Who's here?
What's happened? He won't hold my hand. I keep trying and he keeps pushing me away.
I'm sorry.
So much layers to that.
I want to hear it from my...
That might take a while.
She's dead.
Say it again.
Whoa. Bad idea, crap.
Tell him to put it down.
Call me a liar.
You're not even good at that.
Damn! Alright, so that's it for episode 1. I am going to react to the other 2 episodes. So far, it has been really good. The pacing of the show so far is a big improvement, in my opinion, to season 1. We visited, 3 or 4 planets in one episode, which is crazy. I love the transition in between the different stories that are happening all at once. The music was bopping. It was bop. The complexity of the whole situation with Mon Mothma and her daughter and the rebellion and her living 2 separate lives is always so interesting to watch. And Cassian being a nuisance and doing all the spy agent work for Luthen and overall the rebellion. What else did we see? The Gorman, like the Imperial propaganda, the Imperial workings behind the scenes to manipulate the reality for the rest of the galaxy to fit their agenda. Insane to watch. Like, I get that that's not some people's cup of tea, but that was, I love seeing that. I love seeing the behind the scenes instead of, it being just the Empire and then the rebellion, or, before separatists versus the Republic. Like, I loved, like, in Clone Wars, we got to see a lot of the inner workings, the behind the scenes, the political aspect of it. And so I really enjoyed that about Andor and in this particular episode. And I love that we got Krennic. Krennic is so good as Krennic. Like, he was meant to be Krennic. He's so articulative and he has such a big personality. I think it's so funny because he has such a big personality for the Empire. Like, all of them are pretty stoic and ruthless, and he can be ruthless, but he's very flashy, him and his cape and the way that he talks, and so that's really fun to see. But yeah, we're gonna watch the next episode, and then of course I'll edit all of the episodes separately. But I forgot to mention as well, at the very beginning, I'm wearing my Andor shirt that is available on my little small shop that I have. Oh, don't mind that cat hair just floating. But yeah, we're gonna watch next episode and the 3rd one as well. But super fun episode. Let me know what you guys thought of the first episode, or if you just want to comment on the arc in general, you can definitely do that on each of these reaction videos. But thanks so much for joining along, and we'll see you for episode 2. Bye for now.